Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Dropped Frames. I'm JP McDaniel, joined as always by Co, who's got a recording started over in his side of the screen. Here's what I need to do, Co. The reason that pops up is because I keep Zoom on the main monitor that has the taskbar. So if I kept Zoom, maybe if I just moved the taskbar to another monitor, that would never happen. Could probably fix it.
I'd kind of miss it.
Okay.
I've kind of grown fond of it at this point.
Okay. I mean, yeah, if you're into it, I'm into it.
Kind of my buddy. Okay, well, cool. We'll share that together then.
Okay, great. Sounds good.
Awesome.
Sounds great. Zeke, how's it going, sir?
It's going very well.
Yeah?
I'm doing very well today. Thank you very much for asking. I appreciate it.
Good.
I just had a lovely breakfast.
Yeah?
And also,
You got a package. I saw the package.
yeah, I got this.
I mean, I saw, yeah. Not the package.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you have your, hold on, Co, you got some in the mail today too, right? I think. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you got the PS4 Pro.
I feel so left out now.
Yeah, mine doesn't get here until tomorrow. Adam Koba got his on like Tuesday because Amazon fucked up or something. That was very odd. Also, our guest spoke. It's Anthony Conklin. How's it going, sir? Welcome to the show.
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
Is that a green screen behind you or just a really, really black, dark curtain?
Oh, it's a black curtain. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you were like green screening your image that you were sending me or what was going on, but it looks like a green screen. It looks very.
No, I wish I had one. I really do feel left out now. Everyone's got these cool green screens. I'm just like, yeah, that's my closet back there. And, a black curtain.
Closets are in, man. Yeah. Closets are in. They're great. Welcome to the show, man. We're glad to have you here. This is your first time on the show. So with that, why don't you just give a quick introduction about yourself, about your stream, a little bit about who you are, then we'll just make fun of you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anthony Kong Chan. I've been a streamer on Twitch for about 4 years now. I've been known for my long, insane 24-hour streams. I've done also a ton of charity. And lately I've been playing a lot of PvP, mass, battle royale style games. And that's what I'm known for.
There you go.
But glad to be on the show.
Speaking of charity, you whooped me this year. Yeah.
It's all about the teamwork. We're number one NG plus though. See,
True, very true. It's all about the teamwork, right? It's all about teamwork and working together and loving each other. That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
So good on you. I couldn't be beat by a nicer guy.
There you go.
But see, we both been beat by Co over there. He's like double.
Yeah,
Yeah. He doesn't count.
It doesn't count. Yeah.
He's not human.
Zeke, we do need to. We do need to check in on Verify Watch 2016. How's that going?
Verify Watch, yeah. Are you verified, Anthony?
On Twitter? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
No, I actually sent in my verifications like 3 days ago and they denied me. Like, no. So
I was hoping you were going to say, and they approved me because Zeke would have lost his shit. It would have been great.
I mean, they did approve me.
No, I looked around. at like other people who aren't approved, or aren't not approved, who aren't verified and stuff. There's a lot out there, and I honestly think it's just me like shaking hands with the right person. I really like, because I've been told a few times that like, oh, I got in because of a team I was on, or because of a sponsorship gig I have, or of because of a book I wrote, or something like that.
Yeah.
Shit like that. So
no, I think
write a book, man. Come on, it's an easy in.
I think if you actually have a published book, you can get verified off that. I'm like pretty sure.
Or if you have a name that people want to take from you.
That's true too.
I think I heard that as well. Like if you have a common name or something like that people were like, making lame.
They also take malicious trolling very seriously. So if you have people that this is probably not the best thing to be saying. It's giving people ideas. Damn it!
Let's just.
Well, no, it's just I can handle it. I
actually was told directly at one point. This was before the verification procedure and stuff. But I had a buddy who worked at Twitter, and we were kind of talking, and they can deny people because they don't have anyone trying to copy them. The point of verification at first was to show that people were those people.
Right.
But if there's no reason that on Twitter that no one's making a copy of you, they don't really care. So at least they didn't used to. It's become much more of a status symbol though, which is really dumb to be honest. But
yeah.
Well, that's the only reason why I give a crap is it's business. It's just like, so in case like I don't fucking know, name a company who wants to work with me, I can say, hey, look at, I'm verified on Twitter. See, I'm a real boy.
The other thing, and this I have seen people that are verified abuse this, but if you are verified and you tweet at someone and they have Twitter on their phone, it will always pop up as a notification that you followed them and that you tweeted at them, regardless if they're following you. So you can pretty much use it to make sure that you're always noticed if you're verified. Which can be used maliciously and also if you just want someone's attention, which is maybe malicious as well. But yeah, that's another reason why a lot of people, at least in our industry, are seeking the verification check thing. But that's
you know what? I kind of revel in the fact that I'm not.
Yeah,
you can just rage against the machine while not being a part of it,
I mean, I worked for Man for like 6 months and then it got verified. So it seems like they don't really care what you say about them. Eventually,
but he's him and I'm me though. Let's be real.
Man, there might be an argument there.
Anywho, Anthony, how did you get started like playing games and Twitch and stuff?
I got started actually. One of my friends, he used to stream World of Warcraft, and back in the day, that was the first game I ever streamed. And one day he was just like, "Anthony, you should try streaming. One day you're kind of a goofy guy, and you enjoy playing games. You're pretty good at it." And I was like, "I'll give it a chance." Because at the time, I was working in like 3 jobs, trying the whole modeling, acting thing, and it was going okay here and there. And then one day I just started streaming and I enjoyed it a lot. And yeah, from there, I just saved up a bunch of money, went full time. And then 6 months later, I got partnered on Twitch.
When did you start streaming? Do you remember the date or the year or the month?
I think it was
all of the above.
God. Oh God.
I mean, I think I just popped. Did you create your Twitch account to stream, or were you a viewer first?
Was a viewer first. Yeah.
Okay.
Created to view, and then I think a month later, that's when I started streaming, because that's when I was introduced to Twitch, and this is right when it came out. I think it was
2011 April 8th is when your account when your account was created. Yeah.
Wow. About 5 years ago. Yeah. So yeah, made the account and then started streaming, and from there just really fell in love with it.
Watching you play, I need to play some more H1Z1.
Oh, yeah, I've been stuck on the H1Z1 lately, man. It's been insane the last 2 weeks because I never got into it, and then I had a ton of friends that were playing it. They're like, "Yeah, you should just get back into a new patch drop," and I was like, "All right." And I just absolutely loved just playing with friends.
Everyone's been saying the new patch is great, or the
new patch, man. Like since we played last, JP, it is a completely different game. They've redone the UI elements, like the way gas works, the pretty much how the game begins, how the game ends. Everything is different from when we played it. I am due to check that game out as well again. I was watching some streams about it recently, checking out a streamer someone recommended to me, and yeah, dude, it was like watching a different game. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, I haven't played since the last year's Invitational, so it's been basically about a year and change since I've touched the game.
Yep.
And this looks completely different to me. They have a ton of what is why do you have a little Twitch? Can people does that verify that you're streaming to people?
Yeah, so on the left hand side, you can actually connect your Twitch. So whenever you kill someone in the game or something happens to you, they can see that you're actually that person.
Oh,
which is pretty cool.
That's cool. Well, cool. Yeah, we're excited to have you on the show. We tried to get you on last week, but couldn't make it happen. But this week it did, so I'm glad.
No, it's all good. I'm happy to be on the show here with you all. So thank you again. Fantastic.
Let's jump into a little bit of news here. Did you guys know that Pinned Cheers came out today? Are you aware of this?
Is it out yet?
The blog post was up 1 hour ago.
Yeah, because this is one of the features that we talked about with Bobby when we actually did our episode on cheering. And this is one of the features that I am super excited about too, because this is a foundational feature to some of the stuff that we talked about, which I'm really hoping to expand on. But just this alone is really cool. For those that may not know what this is, what's basically going to start happening is whenever someone cheers, the message will drop down at the top of the chat window. And it stays there, from what I understand, until another cheer comes in, in which case it gets blocked out. And then I think it stays there for a static amount of time too.
Yep.
But basically, whenever a cheer goes through, it just gets popped at the top and stays there now. So very cool change.
Yeah, I'm curious how viewers of like, is this gonna? I don't know how to feel about this. I look at this, and I'm just kind of like, okay, is this like the first step in having like cheer battle, or like I don't know what. I guess what I'm getting at is I don't understand why.
Now, to be clear, I don't believe you have to cheer more for your message to get replaced. And I don't think you can do anything to interact with the cheer as it is. So I think it's like pretty much as basic as it comes right now. Just when a cheer comes through, it goes up there. If one's already up there, it takes its place or times off.
Yeah.
A lot of people are asking in chat, rightfully so, if you can disable them so you can't see the pin cheer. I would hope that they would put that in. But one thing that I will say is kind of nice about it is, a lot of times when people cheer, they'll do it for a notification on stream. That's why people tip a lot of the times. It's to get a little bit of that back. Mm-hmm. So this adds a little bit more onto that. So especially in a situation where chat is flying over something, you can actually have your message readable by chat for a small period of time, in addition to the other stuff of, benefiting the streamer and stuff like that. Anything to add value to cheering is a step in the right direction, in my opinion. Anything.
It's true, yeah.
But at the same time, it's important that people can turn it off if they want to. From the sounds of it, a lot of people want to, which is, you got to cater to those folks too. So
yeah, well, an important message here is that in the blog post it says that they can be moderated like any other chat message. So if someone does decide to cheer you, whatever your limit of cheering is on the channel, your base limit, with a bunch of remarks that you don't necessarily want at the top of your channel, you can hopefully remove them. I hope that's not just the broadcaster. I hope that's mods included. Because otherwise it's going to be kind of fucking annoying to just constantly alt tab and like clear messages nonstop for a bunch of streamers for sure. I would definitely hate that.
And you know what? Chat just brought up a really good point. What happens when people start using that to advertise? Like, hey, go to my website, www.space, and then a website and stuff. And also, what's going to happen if a message gets auto moderated? So, if someone puts a cheer up with a bunch of racist stuff in it, and then the bot immediately times it out, does it get pinned for a second? Can people read it? Like, it's going to be weird.
Yeah.
It's going to bring up some new problems, I think, but we'll see.
Do you have a threshold set on your cheers, though, JP?
I think my threshold is 100, which is quite low. I think Co's is what, 6? What is yours? 1,000? What's your limit, Co? Your base limit?
You can cheer any amount, but my badge limit starts at 10.
Oh, your badge limit starts at 10. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, mine is 100 base. What is yours, Zeke and Anthony? Do you guys have a limit, or is it just whatever?
Yeah, mine's limited at 100 also. Same as yours.
Yep.
Yeah.
100.
Okay.
Yeah. 100 for the any badge. You can have any badge and you can cheer anything, but 100 will get you the notification to pop up.
Notification.
Okay.
I wonder if it'd be better if
and someone cheered in your channel already. Someone put 100 bits in your channel already and nothing happened. I don't know.
I don't know if it's. I might. To be honest, I might not be in the participating channel, or I
really don't think it's out yet.
Yeah, I got an email about it a couple days ago.
But I have no idea if it's going to work with BTTV, and it's up to Night to decide how long that's going to be. So
that's true.
We may not even know when it's here.
Yeah,
I've always liked Better Twitch TV for the options of like saying some people like cheers, some people don't. Disable them in your channel.
Yeah,
that's why I like the Better Twitch, because they give you options. Like if you don't like them, if you don't like the BTTV emotes or GIFs or something, you could just disable them in your channel if you want.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see what this email said a couple days ago to see when it would actually go live, but because there's a little bit more information in the email that we got that was in there. Launching on Tuesday, version 1 of Pin Cheers, and we'll continue to iterate on it with feedback. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's only live for like a very specific set of channels.
Wait, what did you said? It's launching Tuesday?
That's what it said in the email. So maybe they were late by a day. It's Twitch time. Tuesday is always in parentheses. Yeah, I don't know. It might just, it's either not live on this channel. I haven't seen any other channels today. I have not watched any Twitch today, so I don't know if it's live elsewhere.
It certainly wasn't on when I was streaming 2 hours ago. It wasn't on.
Yeah, they might just be seeing how people respond to it, but it seems like chat, at least the 6,500 people watching right now are not. They're just kind of like, okay, all right, sounds good. I hope that.
I like your sly way of bringing it up so people test it in your channel. It's very, very.
Oh yeah.
Like test
I mean, I guess.
another 1,000.
Yeah, I guess.
I think if they have like a different threshold to adjust to that, I think that'd be a great idea instead of just one, basic universal threshold. That way, like if you wanted to pop up in chat, you could have it as like, 1,000 instead of 100.
Yep.
People don't spam it.
Great point. I hope they implement something like that as well. At least give some options to it rather than just whatever you cheer will be at the top of the chat.
Yeah.
Because I could definitely, like everyone was saying, you can use it to advertise. You can use it to just put bullshit in the chat that maybe the streamer doesn't want there. There's a lot of ways to troll with that. But I think, as Ko said, it's a great first step. I just want to see more. To me, this seems like if you're building a set of steps, this is like the plan. Like this is the fucking blueprint that he handed to someone, not the step that you lead with to introduce an entire new thing with cheer or with bits. Like I hope next week or a week from now or sooner than later they introduce something else with this. Because the only benefit, I guess, for people that do want to cheer with this is that now you can potentially have your message in chat a little bit longer than everyone else. And that's about it. And that only really benefits streamers that have fast moving chats. Cause if you don't, then it's not going to help that much. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Hope they do some more stuff with this. I hope this isn't the last announcement we get in 2016 about cheering. So, and I haven't had any other messages telling me otherwise. So, the other thing is,
don't a lot of people have the, like the notification says like last cheer, last bits, top bits, that kind of stuff on their, like just on their screen, right?
I think some people use some like that. Yeah.
I think this is just
the last 3 notifications that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's just their way of putting it in the chat rather than, having it, because if I had that, I would say like, oh, great. Now you can just put it in the chat. No big deal.
Yeah.
Instead of on the screen.
It's true. The other thing is the Purple Wedding finally happened, or at least what I'm calling the Purple Wedding, where people are dropping subs since the announcement of Twitch Prime at TwitchCon. I'm down, as of last night, I was down about 350. Let's see. Yeah, I'm down about 300 right now, which it's not too much. I'm not too freaked out or worried by that. But I know a bunch of other streams, at least to my knowledge, I would think are dropping a lot more than that. So
Just under 1,000.
yeah, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that about what you were projecting, Ko?
Actually, it's better than I was projecting.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. It's a lot better. I've seen a lot of people come to the channel and resub for 2 months in a row with Twitch Prime. So it's cool to see that. Like, I think at the end of the day, even if it is like as long as it's a percentage more subs and they're not paying for it and it's a free service because they have Amazon Prime, I think it's a win-win. I think you'll never.
Like it's also going to kind of filter out from other streamers too if they decide to like Twitch Prime to you.
Right. Yeah, I've had a bunch of people come in the chat and say like, "Hey, I used it on you this month. This month I'm using it on the next streamer. I'll be back in a couple months." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Cool, great. Yeah, don't worry about it. Feel free to spread it around Twitch."
My Prime subs, like I didn't have a big spurt. Like my Prime subs came in very steadily throughout the first month of activity.
Right.
So I noticed like the first time I streamed afterwards, sure, I lost a big chunk, or not. I mean, it wasn't even that big of a chunk, but I definitely lost some, but I've stayed like pretty even throughout, but up overall, of course. Yeah. And a lot of people like have been like, I saw a very strong uptick in the last week of Prime subs coming to my channel because I'm guessing I'm getting the seconds.
Right. I think I don't want to say it now because you can reverse math and figure it out, and maybe people are interested in that, but or streamers aren't interested in saying that. But next time I talk about it, I'm going to try to give a percentage of subs lost, because like if I just say a number, people have no idea what that number actually means in the grand scheme of things, to your actual like full on sub count. So again, like Ko was saying, it hasn't been that bad, but there is a little bit of a grace period on some of that stuff. I think you have a month to resub before you lose your anniversary, but it's like 4 or 5 days before it actually reflects the sub count in the Twitch dashboard, from my understanding.
So they can actually get like an anniversary off of the Twitch Prime.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, if they sub 2 months in a row, it's 2 months in a row anniversary on the stream for sure.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of enough people coming in my channel that have asked, and since we're on a bigger audience now, I just want to say, like, yes, all streamers, a Prime sub counts just like a regular sub, any other sub. If for the streamer, it counts for us exactly the same, as far as monetarily.
Yep. Oh, and correction.
Still wondering about that.
Yeah, I was wrong. It's 2 weeks before losing the legacy, not a month. So you have 2 weeks from when you first activated the Twitch Prime sub to reactivate it to get 2 months on whatever stream you are wanting to use it on. I think it's gonna be, like, moving forward. For example, in December, I have a vacation the first week. Had I known about Twitch Prime, I wouldn't have ever taken that vacation the first week. I think that's gonna be like the days of the month that streamers are gonna want to really focus in on every single month, at least for a little while, until those subs become a little bit more regular.
I was gonna say at least for a little while, until it becomes less more like tides.
Yeah,
much more kind of like a consistent. Yeah.
Yeah.
So hold on. So monthly, we're going to have a few days every month where it's bad for us.
Probably.
So
Probably. Yeah.
So we're going to our streamers going to be cycling together, perhaps at some point.
Perhaps so. I think you'll see a lot of people do longer streams too at the beginning of months, like 24-hour streams for a lot of people that don't run them, or subathons, which has become a thing of late. Well, it's always been a thing, but has become more popular, specifically in the past month. Will definitely start to occur at the first week of every month for sure. So, but I think generally, like, I haven't seen a streamer that's just like, fuck, man, like Twitch Prime really fucked me. I think everyone's like, no, that was great. It was fucking fantastic. Like, let's do that again every year. Let's announce something that huge for streamers every single year. I haven't seen too many people or really anyone upset by it at all. And I think, I wonder if we'll ever eclipse that number that they drove up like 500,000 subs in the first month of Twitch Prime subs. I wonder if that number will ever be beaten in the grand scheme of things on Twitch, or if that will be the max because of how much press was being pushed for it. I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, I think, like, once the word gets out, like, I can definitely go to people who don't even watch Twitch, like friends off of Facebook, which is like my personal thing. It's not business. And be like, hey, listen, even if you don't watch Twitch or don't like video games, you have Amazon Prime, you can just pop on over and throw me that free one you get and stuff like that. You know, I think you'll see a huge dip, but then it'll eventually like get back up to where it started from.
Yeah. Someone brings up a good point in the chat that the first month was a lot of free trials because all you needed was a credit card and it didn't even charge you. So maybe we won't see that number be hit for a long time unless Amazon just continues to grow.
Oh, free trials. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, yeah. Amazon 30 trials.
Yeah,
Amazon Prime 30 trials.
All you needed was a credit card and it doesn't charge you till the end. So I think a lot of people would make an account with a credit card, cancel the account, use the free Twitch Prime sub, and then be done with it.
Gotcha.
But if it exposes more people to the sub program, maybe there's a sense of, oh, I don't want to lose this month's sub because I really like those emotes, or whatever the pool is. If that pool exists for people, that would be a win-win for streamers and for Twitch. So We'll just have to see. A lot of that information we're just gonna have to tell as time passes on, because no one knows.
You know what I think they should really think about, and this is for this would be great for every partner streamer. Maybe a free Twitch subscription for your Netflix subscription.
Yeah, just talk to Netflix. Just talk to Amazon's competitor for Amazon Video. Yeah, that would be great. It'd be great.
I was just trying to think of the website with the biggest amount of subscriptions. And Netflix is the only one I can think of.
Yeah,
that had like millions upon millions.
It'd be interesting if they went the route of like talking to game companies like Blizzard, who I would say have pretty close ties with. I mean, Hearthstone was part of the initial Twitch Prime launch, and you give like a free sub to WoW subs or something like that on Twitch. But I don't think you'll ever see anything like that. Very unlikely that you'll ever see Twitch do something out of the ordinary. So, we're done talking about this. So you had a look on your face of excitedness. Can I ask what that is, or is that not to be talked about?
We just got an email about cheering. The pin cheers.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
We got that literally 7 minutes ago. Cool. Looks like it was delayed a day, and it's going to be rolling out to like half of casters as a test.
Yep, and chosen at random.
Very cool.
So who knows if I have it? I guess if it just went out, then it's not live because people were cheering earlier. So, I think that's all for news, though, at least in the streaming world. I guess we could throw some normal games and news in here. It's been pretty light, though. There are some misleading, perhaps, rumors about Dishonored 2 having poor PC performance, thanks to someone over at NeoGAF. I don't know if that has any basis in reality. We'll have to see. 'Cause that launches tonight. I was unaware of this, but that launches tonight, right, Co? Like it goes live in like 6 hours.
Tonight at 12 a.m. for pre-orders.
Okay. Oh, you have to have it pre-ordered.
Yep, or a review copy.
So if you pre-order it right now, you can play it tonight. If you pre-order it anytime before it launches tonight, you can play it.
Yep, and a lot of folks actually have review copies waiting for them in their emails. I think Bethesda made a big blast. I got one earlier this afternoon.
Gotcha.
There's also a 9.2 gigabyte patch when it releases.
Yeah, and a lot of people were upset about that. Rightfully so. I mean, it's kind of bullshit if you...
Just set your Steam to auto update while you're sleeping at night and you should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think the people that are upset are the people that are buying, a disc version of the game and maybe don't have the best internet or live in a region where internet is annoying or charged by the gigabit or whatever, or gigabyte that it could be a little bit. 9 gig for day one patch is kind of fucking crazy.
True.
But,
and for those saying they're playing it now in chat, it is out in some places now. There has been launch in some countries, I believe.
Yeah. That doesn't mean you should. Well, I'm not even going to say what I was going to say.
Doesn't mean you should stream it?
No. I was going
to say people are streaming it.
Yeah, you can stream it. I'm saying that doesn't mean that if you live in a country where it's not out, you should VPN in and get access to it. Because you can actually lose your Steam account for that. So don't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what that looks like. Did you watch the launch trailer at all? They put out this morning, 7 hours ago. Did you watch that?
I have been on a media blackout. Okay. I did a big Dishonored playthrough. We just finished the first DLCs. We got a big all-day stream event tomorrow, so I'm on total blackout right now. Very tough having a copy of it and not being able to play it.
It also comes to my realize fucking Watch Dogs 2 launches next week.
Apparently for consoles.
In the PC, oh, that's right. In the PC launch, like much later.
Got pushed down to compete with Final Fantasy. Good luck, guys.
Well,
yeah,
that sucks.
Yeah.
I think also, isn't the Twitch Prime for this month? Can't you get a hoodie or something like that in Watch Dogs 2? Isn't that the tie-in for Twitch Prime this month?
I heard about that.
Yeah,
I heard about that.
I haven't.
You know what I just realized? It's going to be really interesting to see how Watch Dogs does on a 360 versus a PlayStation Pro.
Like, you mean an Xbox One?
An Xbox. Yeah, excuse me. An Xbox One and a PlayStation Pro. Like, is there going to be a tangible difference between those two consoles? Because that could be a pretty big deal if you get straight up better performance of a game like Watch Dogs 2 on the PlayStation Pro. That would mean there would be an actual difference between the consoles when going to purchase or make your decision.
Yeah. That's
in 2016.
That's going to be a thing for the next what, next year? Like whenever until Scorpio comes out. I'm curious. Zeke, you got a PS4 Pro, right?
I ordered one.
You ordered one. Anthony, did you get one?
Here at 8:00 tomorrow.
I do not have one.
Do you have plans to buy one?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, you don't. Do you play very much console games or very many console games on Steam?
I'm mainly PC.
Yeah, I'm just curious, like what the amount of people that will go out and buy a PS4 Pro to potentially play games at a slightly better resolution / FPS, because Sony's been kind of quiet too on what it's actually going to improve on a game-to-game basis. I'm interested, like Ko was just saying, in seeing the comparisons. How much better is it going to look? How much better is it going to run? Is it even going to run better at all? Which would be hilarious.
Well, and even at 30 FPS, there's every so often titles that come out that really make that chug. And you'll even have drops in certain areas and levels in games like that. So it'll be interesting if on one console you get 30 FPS all the time.
Yeah.
And then on another, you have like a Dark Souls 3 Swamp experience where you're playing on console and it just gets damn near unplayable at times. So yeah, even keeping that 30 could become an issue.
Yeah. I did watch the, what was it? The Digital Foundry did like a 12-minute YouTube review on the PS4 Pro, and they compared a lot of the games with running on like the normal PS4. And it, if you're interested at all in that, I think that's probably the review I'm going to send people to. Because in games like Tomb Raider or Rise of the Tomb Raider, they note like definite improvements across the board. But in other games, they say it's like not that big of a deal. They didn't even touch VR games, which is supposed to be one of the bigger reasons.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna say that
I got one.
Yeah. They didn't. I think they said they didn't. They're going to do a separate review for that. And I don't know if
I want
that's
to
out
see
yet.
Neo. That's still to this day the only game I've seen with like performance and cinematic mode. I want to see how far they can push Neo.
Yeah.
It's sad. Apparently the demo's not out now. Which
Oh,
is
they
like,
closed it. They took it away.
Yeah, from what I understand, you can't get the Neo demo anymore. And chat, correct me if I'm wrong there. But that was like the game you could test it in. There was an actual setting between the two different modes. That would have been perfect to have out with the PlayStation Pro. But yeah, we'll have to see. I'm looking forward. And actually, you, JP, had the really good idea of this earlier. I'm looking forward to see streamers do, or even YouTubers do side-by-sides of the exact same game on Pro, normal settings, 60 FPS on both, like really see if it's worth it. It's going to be really unfortunate if it's not. That's kind of, I was hoping to hear more from what you were just talking about. That's
Yep. I'm interested to see how that goes. Some other news. What?
You tried out the PSVR, right, JP?
Yeah, I've got it over there. Like I said, I've only played for about 4 hours or 3 hours when it first launched, and I only played the demo disc that comes with it. Did you get the full, like the VR set that came with the Move controllers and everything, Zeke?
No, I didn't get I have Move controller somewhere.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I didn't have any. So it didn't come with, what is it, Worlds? It just came with the demo disc. What is in that? Do you know?
I don't know. I have it right here. If you want me to open it up.
Well, does it say, did it come with this right here? PlayStation VR Worlds, or is it just the demo disc? Because the demo disc doesn't have that much on it. That's why I haven't done anything yet. It doesn't look like it did. Oh, no, it's on the side there. Yeah, it comes with it. If you turn it, if you flip it, I can see on the other end.
Yeah.
Or no, maybe that's just saying the games that are coming with it.
No, it's just saying the games that are coming with it. I didn't get the special pack or whatever.
Yeah, I only got that because I didn't have the Move controllers. So a lot of those games are pricey, man. Like we talk about how VR games are expensive on Steam. A lot of the PS4 fucking games are like $60. The PS4 VR games, which is kind of crazy for the experience that you might be getting with that. I haven't bought into it yet. So I don't know. Are you gonna stream that this week, Zeke? Is that the plan when you get your PS4 Pro?
It can't be. It's not gonna be this week. It'll probably be after I get back from San Francisco.
Okay. All right.
But tomorrow, I might be getting the PS4 Pro tomorrow and checking it out. But I don't know when the package is going to arrive, so I can't promise anything yet because, it's guaranteed to arrive by 8 a.m., but, guaranteed.
Yeah. I'll probably never have.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Are we still on gaming news?
Yeah, we're just kind of jumping around right now in the news section before we talk about what we've been playing. What do you got?
The Metro guys have announced that they're working on a new title.
I saw that last night.
Originally, what happened is there was this rumor kind of that went out that there's going to be a new Metro game in 2017, but then the publishers actually released more information saying that, oh god, cat incoming. Nope, stop it. Nope. The publishers announced that they are working on a Metro project. It is going to be coming out soon, but it is not most likely coming out in 2017.
Gotcha. This is what you're talking about, right?
Yes, Metro 2035. That's it right there.
Yeah, their site is up. They have a little
Yeah.
excerpt from what is this the series that was a book?
Yes, it was based on books. Check this out, though. As exclusive right holders to video games set in the Metro 2033 universe, Deep Silver has ambitious plans for the hugely successful Metro series. But just to manage our fans' expectations, release the next Metro game in 2017 is not one of them. We will have more news to share when we will. And it's also saying that the Metro saga doesn't end where the books leave us. An era of great discoveries lies ahead. So they're actually going to take it past the books, which would be pretty cool. So.
I still, anytime I get a new PC or any new hardware that I think is going to get a better FPS, I'll load up the Metro, whatever the second one, Metro 2020. Yeah, Last Light, and run that benchmark, as it's one of the best benchmarks right now in terms of just testing hardware and shit. So I'm excited to see that. I played both those games. They were great. Last Light was much better, and it looked fantastic. It was a fucking gorgeous PC game. Gorgeous game in general, but the PC version specifically was great. So I'll definitely check that out. I think it's funny as hell that the pre-order now button exists already. Actually, no, it links you to the Metro. It links you to the book. That's great. So the pre-order now button. Nice what? The pre-order now button links you to the book on Amazon, not the game. That's all right. That's cool, I guess. That's better than what I was expecting. Some other news.
Played.
Well played indeed. Fucking read a book, you goddamn video game nerds. I'm reading. GameSpot is reporting that Final Fantasy 15 gets 16 different pre-order DLC trailers. I have no idea what that means. So I'm going to go over to. Nope, they've got trailers for 16 different DLC that they are going to be launching with. What in the fuck? Okay, so here's a King's Tale. This is DLC for Final Fantasy 15 called King's Tale, and it's done in some fucking crazy art style. And I guess you can buy this when the game comes out. I don't know, man. Final Fantasy's fucking weird as shit. I don't understand how they're having so much DLC for it, though, on day one. You get things like costumes. You get Xbox One avatars. You get weapons. You get themes. You get 16-bit buddies for the car, which is a recolor. You can get a gold chocobo recolor for the car. You can get angler set for fishing. A travel pack.
Right. Anthony, are you as excited as I am about this?
About
I'm like, I've got a half a chub right now, bud. I don't know about you.
It's cool. I mean, it reminds me of the good old days of Chrono Trigger, you know.
Sure, yeah.
See, meanwhile, I'm over here like,
you had me at fishing.
Yeah, no, I'm super stoked. So you can get this weapon, but I really wonder if it's going to be like statistically in game better than other weapons because it's a DLC pre-order weapon. And it's called the Masamune, and if you play Final Fantasy before, that means it's probably a pretty good sword. Oh. So, like, I don't know, man.
Simmered in there.
Yeah, I don't know. That's all right. Final Fantasy's gonna do what Final Fantasy's gonna do. I read I think it was Edge magazine, which is a European publication. They played the first 40 hours of it and got to everything except the very final boss, and they had pretty positive reviews. That stuff about halfway.
40 hours though?
It was 40 hours is what they played. Yeah, they got to everything but the final boss. I don't know if they did much side stuff. I didn't go and read because there was a lot of spoilers specifically about the last half of the game, which I think.
Last I heard there was 200 hours worth of content. So everything but final boss for 40 hours is a very different
story wise, everything but final boss. I don't know if they did like side content.
So that's like from A to Z.
I think so, possibly. Yeah, they were kind of vague in the article that they wrote. I think for spoiler reasons. And they talked about the stuff that happens kind of in the second half of the game, which I don't know if you've read anything about, but for those that have, kind of know what I'm talking about there. For those that don't go looking what I just said, because you'll get spoiled on some stuff. But yeah, I don't know.
I like thinking about stuff like pre-order bonuses and stuff like that. Like out in the real world, like you go to McDonald's, it's like, if you want this hamburger tomorrow and you buy it now, I will give you French fries, chicken nuggets, and a Coke for free. If you pay me now, though, you have to pay me now, though.
Right.
You can't taste it first. You cannot taste it first. You have to just agree to pay me for this now. And then if it sucks, that's on you.
Correct. That's a correct statement. That's very true. Yeah, it is only a game, a thing that happens in video games. What, Cole, you were playing Tyranny today. That comes out Friday, right? That's a Friday release? Tomorrow release? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Were you just playing the same, like the intro stuff? What did you actually?
The full version.
Yeah, the full version. Okay.
Yep. And it is awesome. If you're a CRPG fan, definitely check out Tyranny. It does like this crazy introductory thing where it kind of introduces you to the world and you make some kind of key decisions, and then it drops you right in to the world based on the decisions you've made. Lot of unique kind of skills and mechanics in there. I was having a blast playing it. Of course, my only and biggest complaint, although it is a really fun game to play, and it is something that I would eat just completely up probably in 4 or 5 sittings if I was not a streamer. As a streamer, it is a tough game to stream. A lot of reading. And the problem is, in a game like this, all the writing is really good and you want to read all of it. So because of that, it turns like, hey, we just got to a city and now for an hour and a half of just straight reading. And yeah, that's not fun for me as a streamer, unfortunately. So the game is awesome, and if you are a CRPG fan, get it, especially if you like Pillars of Eternity, because there's a lot of similar mechanics. But yeah, it's pretty tough to stream.
I had a
unless you like Zeke and you can make like a lot of fun voices and stuff. That's a different thing, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, those type of games have tons of things for Zeke to read. Oodles and oodles of things for Zeke to read. I had that awkward thing that happens for streamers sometimes, where at BlizzCon, I was sitting there watching the Overwatch finals, and someone tapped me on the shoulder and says, "Hey, are you JP? Blah blah. Yeah, how's it going? Oh, I work at Obsidian." And then I go, "Oh God, did I talk shit about his game? Did I did I say something bad about it? Oh God." And then I just look at him. I'm like, "Look, the reason that I've been looking up and being really awkward for the past 10 seconds is because I was trying to retrace if I talk shit about your game on stream. And if I did, I apologize." And he's like, "Dude, don't fucking worry about it at all." And I'm like, "Oh, Jesus Christ." Because that happened. So I don't know if I'll check out Tyranny. With that said, it is a little bit reedy, like Ko was just saying. It's one of the harder games to stream. I think Pillars of Eternity was the other one that they put out. Was that this year, Ko, or was that last year?
I think it was last year.
It's either really early this year or late last year. I forget.
Was it this year? March 26, 2015.
Oh, 2015. Okay, that was a while ago. Never mind. But yeah, I remember
the expansion came out, I think, end of maybe this year.
Maybe that's what that was. But much like Tyranny, that game
I didn't play it, unfortunately. So
yeah.
Oh no, that was August 25th of last year. So it was all last year.
Okay. Yeah, just a lot of reading in there. I just it's not. I'd rather just be shooting dudes or fucking doing something.
Well,
yeah.
It's really good though.
It's like, really good, but it's just not.
It's just hard to stream. It's very.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to scare potential fans from this genre away.
No, yeah, exactly.
It's such
Look,
a rewarding experience, and it's so good.
So here's the best way to say it. If you know what a CRPG is and have played one before, they're making really good ones right now.
Yes. And another good way to say it is, if the idea of reading too much scares you, then your first CRPG should be Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition, because they voice act everything, and it's a great introduction to these types of games. But yeah, it's really like I played Tyranny today for 3 hours, and it was great, and the characters are awesome, and well, I was about to say a lot of it's voice acted. Some of it's voice acted. They do that kind of annoying thing where you're talking to a character and like the main stuff the character has to say is voice acted, but then when you start asking the side questions, it just appears awkwardly. I hate that stuff.
I don't like that.
But yeah, of course, it's better than some voice acting than no voice acting. But yeah, like it's bad, but it's really high quality writing, really high quality writing. So the Obsidian guys, they're really good at that stuff.
Definitely. The other thing that happened this week that I totally forgot about was in 7 Day, which was Monday, right?
Oh, yeah.
Was that? No, that was Monday. And we got our first sneak peek, or 2 minutes at Mass Effect Andromeda, which I guess I'll play here. And Co, you're a huge Mass Effect fan. Zeke, are you? And Anthony, have you ever played Mass Effect before?
I actually have never played Mass Effect.
Sorry, I've never finished one either, man. You're
about it.
yeah, I'm sure people will constantly tell you to play these games, but people are pretty stoked by all this information. Zeke, did you follow it closely? All the info they released?
No, I did not.
Not at all.
No, I don't. I don't really get like that much fanboyish about even about games that I really like. Like Mass Effect is, I mean, top 5 best series in my opinion of all time. But I don't really like. It's like if there's a new movie coming out, I usually don't seek out trailers that I might have missed that I'm really hyped about. Like a new Star Wars trailer, someone tells me about it, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I'll check that out. But I don't like go immediately like, oh my god, I gotta see what's coming. It's like, oh wait, I can wait. But yeah, I'm super excited about it. I actually got to talk to the like creative director of Mass Effect at New York Comic Con.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That was like a month ago. When was New York Comic Con?
2 months ago. Yeah.
Okay. Was he able to say anything about the game? Where he's just kind of like, oh, we're gonna make it. It's exciting.
That's about it.
Yeah. People seem to go pretty apeshit for all this stuff. I saw a lot of people like dissecting the trailers and like going into everything about the game that they could get within this minute and 43 seconds worth of footage from the trailer. So, what's the new guy's name? His name's Ryder or something. It's not Shepard. It's Ryder.
Yeah.
And
he's a Pathfinder.
Yeah, I heard Pathfinder was the big buzzword.
New Pathfinder, whatever that means. That may be a position or station or something.
Yeah. Looks cool though. Kind of, I'm into the idea.
I watched this for the very first time today.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest with you, cinematic previews really don't do a lot for me at all. You can make any game look really good through their cinematics. So
sure.
I'm all about gameplay. Now they did apparently release another thing. Oh, this part right here, man.
That part looks great.
This right there.
Just show me some more of that.
That looks like gameplay, and that looks like the big Reaper fights from the previous Mass Effects, and that looks amazing right there.
Yeah, it looks good.
Looks so good. That iconic perspective. But yeah, the trailer looked cool. There was some very cool stuff in it. But apparently there's another trailer I have not seen yet called the something report.
Is that the initiative thing? I think that's what I was just playing right now.
That I'm sure is way ahead of me here. But they released this other thing, and apparently that shows more gameplay or something.
The Andromeda initiative, was that it?
I think so. Yeah, I need to. I'm probably gonna watch that at some point in the near future. But yeah, but the cinematic trailer, I mean, looked cool. But it it's a cinematic trailer. So yeah, I can't wait to see like the gameplay vids. I want to see what this game's gonna be like. And most of the time, and I'm gonna be kind of do my normal thing where I stay on a complete media blackout for it. Well, not complete in this case, but this is a game I kind of want to look into before it comes out. I know I'm going to play it, probably going to 100% it, but I'm so interested to see what direction they're taking this franchise, especially since it's been so long and it's been so far under wraps. A lot of questions. So I want to see if there's going to be a vehicle, maybe a couple, and how they're going to do the world map and the galaxy map, and are we going to be resource collect? There's so many questions about this one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some answers to that.
Yep. I think you and about every other Mass Effect fan, for sure. I did it.
Anthony, for the love of God, you have to play the franchise.
I'm thinking about doing a whole stream run through of it. I mean,
awesome.
It does look awesome though.
That'll fill a lot of time. And the you can get mods for all the PC versions that'll make it look like really good.
All right.
Not like as bad as the console versions looked. If you go look at some of those old, like Mass Effect 1 on console on like 360 is fucking rough. But luckily
did it first come out? The first Mass Effect?
Like 2008? Let's see. Mass Effect, it's hard to find just the base game?
It was
Let's see.
released in
2007.
November 20th, 2007.
Jeez.
And you can actually get all these on Steam.
Almost 10 years old.
Yeah, you can get them on. I think Origin has a buy all 3-pack. Like they're grouped together. Then I think you can mod them via that.
And it's honestly like I went through them for the first time. I want to say 2 years ago on stream, and I wasn't sure how it would go over since even 2 years ago it was 7 years old. It went fantastic. Like the choices that you make, like people love watching your first playthrough of someone playing Mass Effect, and I would totally dig it myself.
Yeah, Mass Effect is a good game. Turns
See,
out.
like what choices you'd make and how much I'd hate you for certain ones and that kind of stuff, or
Yep.
cheer you.
People definitely have ties to the characters in that game. It's one of the strengths of the game for sure.
So what would you all say about the game from someone that's never played the game before in their whole life? Like, what makes this game stand out from, the other than just looking at the visuals right now?
Well, the big thing that I would kind of sell the franchise on is it's the entire world is very deep. You really feel like you're in a lot of these places. Also, it was a pretty, especially when it came out, it was a very intuitive kind of first person shooter / RPG game. It can be pretty difficult on the higher levels, which I think you would particularly enjoy. And it's very much a game that appeals to a wide variety of people. But really, it comes down to it's a really well-made game. The story is fantastic. There's really good characters. It's just an enjoyable experience. Like it's one of those things where when you're done with it, you feel like you just ended an epic kind of movie, almost esque experience. And also, what's really nice about it is you can make some pretty serious decisions that completely shape your game. And then you can load the save game between them. So you have this one overarching giant game experience.
Yeah.
That really kind of just helps the immersion in the whole thing. So, but again, the developed world is probably one of the best parts. It's just, you really do exist in this giant connected kind of universe that's completely unlike our own, but really futuristic sci-fi, lots of weapons, lots of shooting, lots of combat, and all the stuff's voice acted. So there's not a lot of reading.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's really good. Very, very highly recommended.
I think also, wasn't it one of the first games that had like impactful decisions for the player to make? Didn't it kind of like start that trend where the Mass Effect dialogue trees kind of became a thing in video games in general, where people were able to make these like huge overarching decisions that would affect the rest of the game, where you wouldn't potentially have a character, or you potentially wouldn't have a certain gun or like a certain area or something like that. Wasn't it one of the first of that?
Was that the first game that they will remember that kind of thing?
I think it's not the first game that did that. There were a lot of other games that did that, but
KOTOR, yeah.
It is one of the first AAA games that made that a feature.
Right.
That's one of the big things. So of course there are plenty of older games. I mean, System Shock 2 in some case, like there's Deus Ex is another big example. There's lots of games in the past that have made, big decisions that dramatically do gameplay. But this was one of the first times we saw it in the list of features on the back of the box. So it kind of brought it more into the AAA world than it had been before. But and chat is saying a lot of great games. Coder is another great example of a game that had major decisions in it. And there were even ones way before that. I mean, that have done that kind of thing. So, but yeah, the mainstream aspect is definitely meaningful. Yeah. So. Dragon Age did it too. A lot of people are saying. Good point there.
Did Dragon Age come out before Mass Effect?
I think it was close.
Those are around the same time, right? I mean, they're both BioWare, so they couldn't have been.
No, November 3rd, 2009. So it was significantly later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool. We'll wait till probably E3 for the full-on everything Mass Effect, because I don't think they're going to say anything more until then, and they probably shouldn't, because they probably don't have anything else to show, at least in terms of how far along they are on that. The other big bit of news was BlizzCon was last week. Just to recap a couple of the small announcements, because there was really nothing big at BlizzCon this year, which it's hard to follow last year, and it's hard to follow the year before that when I think Overwatch was announced. But I would have thought for BlizzCon's 10th fucking convention, they would have done some crazy fucking shit, but it was really just kind of small things for each of their games. Necromancer is coming out for Diablo 3. They're doing a kind of an old school version, or they're porting Diablo 1, into Diablo 3. And it's going to be like an 8-way axis run instead of 360. Bunch of stuff with that. Hearthstone's got a new expansion coming out called Mean Streets of Gadgetzan, which a lot of people are excited about. Heroes of the Storm actually, I think, had the most time spent in the opening ceremony of all the games there. And I feel like they're kind of like redoing that game and trying to push it out a second time so that people are interested in it, especially with the fact that if you play, they're doing things where you can get an Overwatch skin for Genji if you play X amount of games in Heroes of the Storm, or you can get things for their other IPs. I think there's maybe like a WoW pet that you can get if you play enough games, which I guess that's smart to get a little bit of cross-pollination amongst other IPs, but I don't know if, like Zeke, it didn't grab you at all, right? Like you have no interest in Heroes of the Storm whatsoever, even after their announcement. Nope. Yeah.
Nope.
So I don't know. Maybe they're trying to get their big boom that they just had in WoW to come over and play it with Varian being in there and with Ragnaros being in there. So it's kind of a weird thing to see that. And then, of course, Overwatch had Sombra finally announced, as well as they put a 1v1 mode and a 3v3 mode into the game, which a lot of people are pretty excited about and have been enjoying on the PTR. But since the other three panelists have no idea what I'm talking about and don't want to talk about it at all, we're going to move on, and we'll let everyone else talk about that else somewhere.
I got to admit, man, for as long as that was under wraps and under development, Sombra was one of the most underwhelming things I like. Okay, first of all, she looks exactly and acts exactly like a Deus Ex 1 boss. Second of all her abilities are generic. Like you can, I mean, it really like they just made all of these Overwatch heroes in the last couple of years. I'm like, what? How long was the Sombra announcement to the release? And it's just one.
It was teased for a long time, yeah.
With just a few kind of somewhat generic abilities and a submachine gun.
I mean, I don't know if they're generic. I think they're
stop abilities, a silence, a mute. That's like RPG 101.
But it's like, in an FPS, like
that has abilities and stuff that you can cast. I don't know. I don't know. It just it.
I mean, I'm not going to argue on that point, I guess. But
again, I'm not trying to hate. It's just that's kind of like it. Overwatch does some very cool, unique stuff,
right? And
it's kind of unfortunate that it seemed like this seemed rather basic. Like, you know, that's all. And it's people are saying, you know, as chat is clearly triggered right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, you triggered the fuck out of chat.
It's fine. It's just, you know, it's Blizzard. I'd love to see the big stuff. A few characters. Let's announce a character that we haven't even talked about.
Yeah,
it's really cool, and it hasn't been done. You know, I don't know.
I really thought that they were going to have a bigger announcement.
Sorry, Overwatch fans.
Of Heroes.
I apologize. I haven't even played her. Don't get me wrong. I've just read her descriptions and watched JP salt on her a few times, and I think it was him. But yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. And then, I guess the other thing too, they announced the Overwatch League, which is a show that doesn't really talk too much about esports. We're not going to talk too much about it, but that is a weird thing that they could do cool things with, and also do really not bad, but just things that have kind of like, I was immediately reminded of fucking CGS when they announced that stuff, and people that know what that is know that wasn't a good thing. So we'll have to see what happens with the Overwatch League. They're gonna Zeke, you got to go to the Combine. You got to go to the Overwatch League Combine and test out for a fucking regional team in Overwatch. Is that your thing?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
you know that.
You're gonna be on the Montana Mountaineers. Is that who you're gonna play for?
The Montana has a team?
Probably.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I just made that up. They're going to have combines across the U.S. that are regional.
The Mountaineers is better than their first choice, the sheep fuckers. But
no, unfortunately, multiple people in Europe fought for that right off the bat. So Montana was unfortunately not able to get it. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll try out.
Yeah.
I'll definitely. Yeah, because we run a team of only Sombras.
Yeah.
And it's pretty OP.
Yeah.
Pretty
well,
OP,
I mean, it's OP, but it's pretty generic. Like, you know, it's not anything.
Well, we generically win all day, every day.
Perfect.
Generically stomp your ass into the ground.
The other team submitting bug reports. None of my abilities work. This game's dumb.
Perfect. You're gonna go far, Zeke. You're gonna go far in the combine.
Thank you.
But that about does it for all the news. Let's talk about what we've been playing, because I haven't played much. Besides like Overwatch and Final Fantasy, I haven't played a single fucking other game. So I'm excited to hear what you guys have played, especially Zeke, because you played. We'll start with you. You played the Call of Duty campaign.
I did play the Call of Duty campaign.
Like
yes.
what? How the fuck? I've heard it's good. You're hesitating. Oh God,
you played it too, didn't you, Co?
I did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I played it for a session. Yeah, I did not.
Okay. Yeah, I finished the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare campaign on normal. I played on normal because I'm no FPSer at all. It's still a little funky for me to use keyboard and mouse to do FPSs because I was so late to the game when I was growing up. But I will say that it was good. It was actually pretty goddamn good.
Huh.
The characters, they actually had fleshed out characters. The environment was good. I mean, you can tell they put a lot of work into making this like a standalone, like look different than any other Call of Duty, or at least that's was my impression. That it felt more like a space story game rather than a Call of Duty game. The mechanics are all there, of course. There's new guns that probably behave a lot like old guns. But I had fun playing it. I had the environments, the mechanics. There was a couple of really cool like space battles that you're actually like in a ship and you're flying around and fighting and stuff like that. And then also there's like 0G outer space battles with like you grapple to different debris, or you can grapple to people closer to you and snap their neck and stuff. And like there you jump from one to the other. Like this is the space battle, and of course I'm just terrible at it. I can't pilot, but it is on normal, so it's quite forgiving because not only is the difficulties is normal, and then there's like 3 other higher than that you can go immediately into.
How does this control the ships? Can you control up and down, or like the
everywhere?
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get the full range of motion.
It reminds me of like Halo Reach.
Like that.
If you remember that one moment in Halo Reach where you fly like for 10 minutes, this is exactly what it, for whatever reason, it's making me think of that, but I haven't touched this, and it's been a long time since I've played that in Halo Reach. So Zeke, and I guess Coach, should I check it out? Should I play it?
I actually am kind of with Zeke. I thought it was really fun. The story was really kind of cool. There's some very fun characters. I won't spoil it, but there's like it has its own kind of Titanfall-esque side of it. I'll just kind of leave it at that. The worlds were cool. The levels were okay. Now I made the mistake of starting this on the hardest difficulty, the very hardest difficulty. And I got through a pretty decent part of the game. Like I made it a few hours in, and there was a few sections that were really tough, but it was the hardest difficulty. But it got to the point where the difficulty, like unlike in the other COD games that I played on the hardest difficulty, it really started detracting from this one because the story is kind of quick and fast paced, and there's just some parts in this where it becomes just such a lame shooting gallery. And I really didn't get that feeling in Titanfall, which is one of the reasons I really liked that campaign actually over this one. And one of the reasons also I didn't go back and finish it. But you just get to these few points where it's just like a room fills with enemies. You take them all out. It then fills back up with enemies again. You take them all out.
Sure.
It then fills back up with enemies. And by the 4th or 5th time, you've been sitting here for 5 minutes, almost dying every time you pop out trying to clear this room. And then, the few times you try to run up to get past that area, you die instantly. It's just like, okay, this is done. So I dropped it down to normal, started having a lot more fun. But at that point, I was kind of done with it. This scene right here, by the way, that Zeke's doing, that was a really, really cool scene.
There's the grapple. Yeah.
This is what they showed at E3, I think.
Yep, I think it was. And it was really fun to play through this. And there are a lot of other scenes that were very similar. And
That's so satisfying.
in classic COD fashion, there are a few scenes that are just totally larger than life, where you're just sitting there like, whoa, you know, and like at one point there's this giant hulking thing that like barrels in front of you, and they do that really well. And so, I mean, if you like it all what you're looking at, I would definitely recommend checking the game out. If you're not really good at shooters, I would stay away from the hardest difficulties because it is pretty damn brutal. And but yeah, it when we talked about this at E3, we said it looked pretty cool and would probably be pretty fun for a run. I feel the exact same way that as we talked about then.
Yeah.
How long was it?
I'd say if you look at the reviews and stuff on Steam or whatever, and I know you can't rely on them a lot, but most of the reviews were dealing with what Call of Duty players are all about, and that's the multiplayer, and that's something I didn't even touch because you know my aversion to multiplayer PvP games. I'm just
right. You and Anthony are basically foils of each other.
You're amazing at it, Z. Come on.
Exactly. Yeah, we're like photo opposites, you know, like as far as games and stuff. But I didn't even touch the multiplayer, so I can't comment on like possibly the biggest part of the game.
Yeah, and it's also apparently the worst, according to what a lot of people are saying. How long was the game for both of you? And Code, you finished it, right? You didn't finish it? Okay. Zeke, how long did it take you?
Let's see. On normal, it took me 7 hours.
Okay. That's longer than Titanfall.
Yeah, I heard that, but I heard Titanfall was the story. I never did the campaign on Titanfall, but I heard it was just way better, way more well done.
Yeah, I guess. Code.
I think a good way to think about it is Titanfall is probably. I like the Titanfall 2 campaign better. I think it's more condensed. There's not nearly as many shooting galleries. The levels feel more unique and kind of organic. But this one is significantly longer, especially if you do the side missions and stuff. So it's kind of shorter but higher quality or longer and still really good, but in my opinion not quite up to that same level of quality.
Yeah, it's definitely not worth $60 for just the campaign. I'll say that.
Yeah. Now I don't know if I want to play it. It's kind of the same thing as Titanfall. Like I played Titanfall for 4 hours and played the campaign for, I don't know. Or I'm sorry, play the multiplayer for maybe 4 or 5 hours or something on top of that. And that's kind of probably all I'm going to get from it. But while I have some interest in Titanfall 2's multiplayer, I have zero interest whatsoever in Call of Duty. And a lot of the reviews, I think it's because I've played Call of Duty before. Just kind of like how I've played Battlefield before. I've played that game for so many years now that I know exactly what it is, and they didn't really change too much apparently from this in Black Ops 3. And the movement in this game, a lot of people are saying that they kind of went after Titanfall 2's movement a little bit to where you can kind of like glide on walls and all that shit, and they didn't nail it. It just feels a lot more rigid compared to Titanfall 2, which for my interest like nailed the movement. It feels fantastic. But again, I haven't played this. I'm just going by what people have said. Did you guys try out the Modern Warfare remake? Did anyone try that? I think you have to buy like the $80 version. So I don't know if I'm going to blow $80 on Call of Duty to try to play it. How'd it run for you two? Zeke and Code, did it run well? Yeah? Zeke, it ran well for you?
I had no problems. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing that Call of Duty came out and it's got a better single player than apparently it's multiplayer. So I don't know. I might check it out. We'll have to see. What time? We got about 15 minutes. Anthony, what the fuck have you been playing? You haven't been playing Mass Effect. You haven't been playing Call of Duty. So what have you been streaming? Let's talk to you.
I've actually played, what's another cool game? I played, if you heard of Deceit.
Deceit? No.
Yeah, Deceit. It's a new alpha game that's coming out. It reminds me of a little mixture of Dead by Daylight, but it's basically there's 6 players. It's multiplayer, and 2 of them are kind of the so-called infected. And we played it a couple times with pretty much all in-house with friends and streamers, and it's been really, really fun because again, like there's 2 people that are the infected, but no one knows who it is. And so the whole time it's just communication and just lies upon lies with friends. Yeah, I see you playing a clip of it right now, which is it's a hilarious game because no one knows who the two killers are, and the whole time you're just lying out your ass, talking to your friends like, oh, this guy's gonna be the killer, or this guy's the killer, and so there's that whole communication and I would say just trying to be the best liar throughout the whole game. But I've been having a lot of fun with friends lately.
Is there another, like, are you fighting zombies in this, or are you just fighting the other people?
You're fighting the other people, so
there's no other fear.
A knife. You can't actually kill anyone, but the only time you can kill someone is with a lethal injection, is what they call it, and so you use a gun to knock out people. But throughout the game, there's three stages to one, or no. There's 3 levels to one map. So on each determining of the map of the level, it goes into nighttime, and when it goes into nighttime, you can actually change if you're the infected and you start killing your friends, you know. So, but when the daytime comes around, no one knows who it is. So that's when the communication comes in and tricking other players.
Gotcha. Are you one of the? Is this what this means here in the bottom center? Are you the infected person?
Yeah. So
here?
right now I'm the infected. So I'm trying to play it as like no one trying to see me and going around killing people throughout the nighttime. And then I think it's the end of stage 3, people are trying to find the exit, and at that time you're trying to kill the rest of the players.
Interesting. I've never heard of this at all. This is on early access in Steam?
I don't think it's early access. I think it's just the devs will hand out keys for the it's still an alpha.
Oh, so it's super early on.
Yeah.
All right. Huh. Well, I guess
basically like Mafia, or if you played Town of Salem, like same kind of concept.
Yeah, this is not in my wheelhouse at all. So I'm glad you're talking about. Zeke seems kind of interested in it.
Yeah, no, I'm looking
a
at
lot of fun.
positive early access. You can get the early access right now, $14.99.
Okay, that's not too much. What else are you finding, Zeke?
No, I don't.
I can see you're like reading the Matrix right now. You got a bunch of ones and zeros.
All I see is blonde, brunette. No, how many players total? I didn't catch that.
6 players total.
Okay, 6 players total, 2 infected, and you try and survive one way or the other, right?
What's that? Hold on. What just happened right here?
And then the guy fires back, but he's getting hit, so he's just shooting into the air. Could you go back?
What'll happen?
Yeah, I want to try to watch that.
Right now is that there's items throughout the game, right? So right now, what I'm doing is there's body armor, or there's like chems that you can use, revive chems, and we're at the same item, and inside that you can see the square box. And if there's 2 people in it, you have to kind of fight, or you have to talk your way out to let the other person have the item. So what happens most of the time right now, since we both have guns, we're like, no, we're going to get the fucking item. So we start shooting each other. And then once you're knocked out, you can grab the item.
We'll watch that again when the game starts here in 10 seconds, because the animation looks alpha as fuck.
It is. It
has a culling vibe a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Zeke, are you gonna? Did he sell you on it? You're checking it out on Steam and stuff,
Dude. It looks fun. It definitely looks fun.
Is there? Are the only people that have access right now to this, Anthony? Are they like streamers? Do you have to find 6 other people, or is there matchmaking?
There is matchmaking. Yeah, a lot of other people, like non-streamers, have the game. So I actually went and like played it offline and publicly. Like it'll find other public players that are playing the alpha.
No, you can buy the early access right now.
Oh, can you? Oh, okay.
That looks great. Is the other guy dead? I guess he died too. You killed each other.
They're knocked out for 7 seconds. So you can shoot them and just knock them out. It's a hilarious game. I think Cohh would really enjoy this game. Also, Zeke.
Okay, now let me ask you this. I see you shooting guns. Do they have melee at least? Do they have melee weapons?
They do, yeah, because you only get, I think, 9 shots, and you get 18 shots altogether. So once you run out of ammo, you can bust out your knife and start shanking people.
Okay, good.
I'll do the same.
Maybe this will be a New Game Plus game that you guys play together on a Monday or whatever that is.
We should.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the multiplayer.
This is like gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I could see Zeke pulling one over on someone. He'd buddy up to somebody, then fucking stab him in the back. 100%. That'd be great.
I would never do that.
It would be like the
Ever.
non-infected still just stabbing people.
Dude, the animation when someone falls, they fucking like get an elongated torso, then fall down. It's pretty good. What else you been playing, Mr. Kongfin?
Other than that, just keeping up to date on the culling. It's kind of been a rough time for the culling right now. So
What's going on with it?
right now they're trying to fix the combat system in the culling. So I think 2 days ago they released a huge culling patch, which had like a Trump face mask and Hillary face mask. So you just go around the island just killing each other. Yeah. But they've been spotting up the combat. It's been a lot better. I mean, lately it's been like slow paced combat. People's been steering away from it. And also the player base. They've been talking about having a free to play over the weekends.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I just been keeping up to date with that, just trying out the new patches, not really just going ham like I've always been, just playing it day to day, but just trying out the updates. But other than that, it's been culling H1, Deceit a lot lately, and that's about it.
What how's the player base for the culling? Is it starting to dwindle a lot? Because I remember when it first came out, pretty much every fucking streamer in the world was playing it, and
Yeah.
and it got a lot of love on Twitch.
Around like 11,000, and then now lately it's been averaging around 300. At most. Which, if you play right now, it's mostly like the professionals. Like people 1,000 hours in the game, and it kind of sucks because I'll go in there and I'll play it here and there, and I'll get my ass whooped by these guys that have been playing ever since release day.
That's rough.
I truly miss the beginning when it came out, the player base, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. It is kind of cool to see the devs haven't just like abandoned it though. Like they're still trying to work on the game, even.
Something the devs are amazing. I love the devs, and they've been hard at it. They've been really trying to listen to the community at the same time, but then kind of fucking themselves over by listening to the community.
There is a very fine line. I agree. There's a very fine line, and how much you should listen to and how much you shouldn't listen to, for sure.
Exactly.
Huh.
I think they learn from their mistakes, and I've seen what kind of patches they're gonna have soon, and it'll be good.
Yeah, I think the last time I played this was right when it came out. Is it still the same map?
Yeah,
Always?
same exact map. They have a lot of graphic changes, implementations, but overall it's the exact same map.
And then for H1Z1, how's that going? This game's kind of like had a resurgence ever since we were talking about it earlier, where me and Co both want to check it out, but it's had like a resurgence on Twitch. It's had a resurgence in the numbers that are playing the game. Like it seems to only be doing great things with this newest map.
Yeah, and again, like it's a new map. It's more balanced, I would say, than the older ones, because the older one was based off just survive. And this one's more balanced off PvP and battle royale. And again, the shooting, the weapons is all exactly the same, but the map is just much more balanced. And again, I just see it's just more popular. More people are playing it, and it's more fun. I've been playing with friends, and I've just loved it.
How's there's a ranking system now, right?
There is, yeah. I think there's 5 ranks. Royalty is the highest right now, but I think that gets people involved too, as a ranking system. More incentive for someone to come back and play the game.
Sure. How does that work? Like, can you queue against anyone? Do you only get queued against people in your rank, or?
It's random, so you can queue against like anyone in there. Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure, like, if you get to a certain level, if you're only playing against other badasses, or if you're just playing against whoever it throws you in.
Yeah, there'll be some games where you'll jump in there and you'll be playing against pros, and other games you'll be playing against people that aren't that experienced, which is good in my opinion. Yeah, it's variation.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't consider myself a super good player at the moment. I've just been having a lot of fun playing it.
What is a game that is known for somewhat having some bad bugs? What are the worst bugs right now? Maybe not the thing that they want us to talk about, but I want to know like what pisses you off right now in the game? Because as an H1Z1 player who's probably put 400 plus hours into the original game, there were some real fucking annoying bugs. So what's the annoying bug in this?
Yeah, definitely the registry in the game right now is a huge annoyance because you'll be shooting someone and it's about 5 feet away, you know, and you're shooting them right in the head. Nothing goes through. I mean, I'm sure everyone's probably seen like Dr. Disrespect stream.
Yeah.
You all check them out. I mean, the guy on the daily, he'll just rage about the registry. He'll be shooting square face, you know, with a shotgun, doesn't go through, and that's what'll happen in the game right now lately. I don't know if it's the new update that they have or whatnot, but it's been horrible in the past few days.
Huh.
So we all just blame Arclegger, and then we're fine.
Sounds like it's still. Yeah. You know, it sounds like H1Z1 with a facelift is what it sounds like. What have you? Does anyone play the other version of the game? Can you even play the other version of the game? Because they split it into two, right? Like there's King of the Hill, and then there's whatever they didn't even name the other one because no one plays it. What is the other one called?
Survive? I think it's called Just Survive. I'm going to double check it out. That's what it's called. I don't even know. Or yeah, Just Survive is the name of the other game.
Is that do people play that?
Viable, but I've heard a lot of complaints that it's hacker infested. You know, a lot of cheaters.
Oh, that sucks.
So I'm just like, and I remember playing that a lot when it first came out, and I enjoyed it a lot. You know, but then you know the battle royale came out, and everyone just played that because it's much more action.
Yeah, I like the new pregame lobby too. Like everything about the new map and the UI and everything seems like it really pushed that game forward a lot.
The UI is really nice.
Yeah,
like it helps new players understand the game more.
Yeah,
it's convoluted at all.
Maybe I'll check that out because I'm kind of taking a break from Overwatch, so I need another multiplayer game to play right now.
Definitely, man. We'll roll in there with a group of 5. We just have a fun time. You know, nothing serious.
Yeah. Also, 2v2 and 5v5 is in there, right? And it's actually like structured. Like a lot of people play that shit. It's not just all about ones. Okay.
I've been playing a lot of multiplayer actually.
Yeah.
A lot more multiplayer than solo, which I have a blast playing either one. But 5s is a lot more fun if you have like friends. You know, it's more interaction.
Yep.
A lot of funny shit just happens. But just be driving and just exploding. You know.
Oh yeah, fucking the classic H1Z1 shit where you're just driving, the car explodes. You're not even making that up. It's just shit happens. It happens. It's H1Z1.
Have you been playing the game lately, Zeke and Co? Checked it out at least.
H1Z1?
Yeah.
Not yet. No. But to be honest, as like I've been doing a lot of afternoon streams. I did Battlefield 1 for a long time. I'm currently doing Titanfall 2. Like I'm looking for more afternoon fun games, especially as we go through November and into December. So I may be making a visit back to H1Z1, especially just to see how much changes they've gone through. But I got to admit, man, the fact you're telling me this hit registry things, dude, that is one of the most rage-induced things you can have happen is running into bugs like that in a competitive atmosphere, which is basically exactly what H1Z1 Battle Royale is. So I don't know, man. I may watch the patches for the next few weeks and try to look for a little increase.
Yeah, what they have, like, there's a is it a sound? Is it an on-screen notifier when you actually hit now, right? Like that's something that's in the game?
Oh yeah. There's like so when you hit someone, it shows like on the screen, like on your crosshair, that you actually like chunked them, you know? Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
Headshot, which makes it very addicting.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Like that's something that it needed, because the other times, at least when I played, you just like, I think I hit him. I have no fucking clue. Like, I guess I'm gonna go up on this tree and maybe hope to God he took some damage. So glad to hear they put in some sort of on-screen notifier for that.
Beforehand, they didn't have any like anything that signaled that you actually hit the person, so you're just like,
not a thing.
Said, I don't know if I hit him or not, if he's gonna die.
Yeah. Well, cool. Let's take a break. We'll find out what else Zeke's. He's been playing a bunch of indie games. I think he had a big indie Sunday. We'll find out what Co's been playing as well. And then we'll probably call it a show. So don't go there. We'll be right back. More drop frames coming up right after this. We'll see you guys in just a sec.